Hey, everybody, welcome to the Pashley podcast, where laughter is the best medicine.
And pickleball is a close second. I'm Ashley Leroux.
And I'm Patrick Sullivan Jr. Today is Monday, April 29th.
And we are in Fountain Hills, Arizona for what, our fifth episode?
Episode number 5, absolutely. Wow. Pretty amazing. This episode is called The Surgical Tape Chronicles Continue. We'll explain more later.
Oh, you're going to make them wait for this story?
Yeah, it's called a teaser.
Oh, it's a teaser. Well, you don't want to miss it. Patrick, what is your Johnny joke or your one joke of the day?
Ask me that question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I needed to read the show notes. We're changing things up. What inspires you to get out of bed each day?
Mostly my bladder.
It was a two-person delivery.
That's right.
I thought you were going to do the whole thing.
No, I thought it'd be better if you asked.
Yeah, it does make sense. Well, that's a good one. I like it.
You did?
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, nice. Well, kudos, Johnny. Let's go to the first section. As you know, the name of this show, the Pashley Pod, where we do one laugh, one learn, and one love. So, Ashley, what was one thing that made you laugh?
One thing that made me laugh. This weekend, an actual conversation between me and Patrick. Patrick said, I think I want that Snickers bar. And I said, I don't really think that's the healthiest choice. And Patrick said, well, what if I'm nougat deficient?
That is a real medical condition.
Apparently. I mean, you said it with all sincerity.
I did. And
that made me laugh.
Turns out I might still be nougat deficient because I did not eat that Snickers. I had a healthier choice, which is actually these little pretzels, peanut butter pretzels that you buy. This should be in our things that we're digging.
Yeah. Well, the brand is Quinn, and they do a gluten-free peanut butter filled pretzel bites, which I love. We don't do a lot of packaged food, but when we do, we try to make the best choices possible, and those things are delicious. So check it out. We'll show you. Maybe we'll bring that on tomorrow. As a special guest.
As a special guest.
All right, Patrick, what is one thing that made you laugh?
Well, one thing that made me laugh is the reason that we titled episode 5, The Surgical Tape Chronicles Continue. Oh, because in our trip, we went to Mexico, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, I wake up, and you are standing there with your flashlight. Holding a piece of tape, coming at me like the hostage had gotten free and we got to tape that mouth shut.
Well, you did forget to tape your mouth and you were snoring, so, I had to take matters into my own hands.
I contend that I actually did tape my mouth shut that night, but I was also a little congested, and I think in my sleep I might have ripped it off.
Or swallowed it.
I might have swallowed it. This is true. I did not think that is scientifically plausible. But the picture of you, and what was my reaction? I feel like my reaction was like...
terrified.
Get away from me.
You were like, there's someone coming at me with, you thought you were going to get kidnapped, I think.
Yeah.
Because all you saw was a bright light and someone coming at you with tape.
Yeah.
I was going to let you put it on. I was trying to gently wake you. But then, I would be lying if I said that putting it on myself didn't cross my mind. But I could see how you'd be startled, and that would be unnerving. So, apologies, but at least you laughed after the fact.
I definitely did, so much so that it made episode 5 show notes. So, Ashley, what's one thing that you learned?
Well, when you go to a nice restaurant and you see on the menu an interesting word and you're like, I'm not sure what this is, and it looks like Haircott's Verts. And it's actually...
Don't you mean Harry Cott's Verts?
Harry Cott's... I never said Harry, but yeah, some people do. Harry Cott's Verts.
Yeah, I wonder what those are. I would love to get them someday.
It's actually pronounced haricot vert. I know, right? And it is a French word for green beans. So if you see Haricot Verts on the menu, do not order that. Say haricot vert.
Can I try that?
And sadly, I've been ordering Haricot Verts for quite some time, and I wish I had learned this sooner.
Haricot vert. This might be on my something that made me laugh tomorrow.
Okay. I got to turn myself in.
I appreciate that.
Patrick.
That's what the Pashley Pod is all about. Us turning ourselves in to a very small audience.
Yes.
Every single day. Well, Monday through Friday.
Yes.
Except if we're traveling.
Tell us one thing you learned.
Well, one thing that I learned was a great Twitter post. Someone took the words of Naval Ravikant, I believe I'm pronouncing that name correctly. And one of the things that was listed in there was this phrase: happiness is a choice. Nature has no concept of happiness or unhappiness. You're born, you have a whole set of sensory experiences, and then you die. How you choose to interpret them is up to you. It's your choice. And that reminded me of a phrase that I believe is attributed to Abraham Lincoln: you'll be about as happy as you decide to be. Which is always a phrase that I have enjoyed. I like the sound of that.
I like it too.
But the idea that like nature has no concept of happiness or unhappiness. It's all in how we interpret that. And, you know, for you and I, the last year definitely had some struggles. We'll maybe talk about that on a future episode. That's also called a teaser.
Another teaser, folks.
But I think that our deciding to interpret them and to be happy in the midst of that is really good.
Yes.
So, Ash, what is one thing that you love?
One thing I love, and I have loved for the last couple years at least, is my secret morning drink. For a long time, I would go straight for the coffee pot when I woke up in the morning and not eat any food or anything. It was like coffee first, no matter what. And then I learned that when you wake up in the morning, your stress hormones, cortisol, is at an all-time high. And when you put caffeine into your body with no food or anything first, it basically just accentuates that. And it really is taxing on your adrenals to do that. So I'm sure you've heard people say you should eat breakfast before you drink coffee. Well, I really don't want food when I wake up in the morning. I'm just not interested in a meal. So I figured a way to hack this for myself and started making this morning drink that is essentially Jigsaw adrenal cocktail.
Show it closer to the camera.
Oh, let's
Here
see.
we go. So closer to the camera, it will maybe autofocus. There we go. Look at that.
Adrenal cocktail. So 1 scoop of adrenal cocktail.
And then 1 scoop of...
2 scoops.
2 scoops of... Oh, this is a...
Jigsaw collagen boost.
You gotta get your face out of the way.
That's it. We're gonna
Get your
need
face, because it knows faces.
Oh, it's my fault.
Autofocus
Yep.
on faces.
All right.
There we go. Jigsaw Collagen Boost.
Which is
everybody.
actually one of our new products, but I used a different brand before we did our own collagen. So it gives you 17 grams of protein from the collagen, and then the Jigsaw Adrenal Cocktail is like, it's 400 grams of, or milligrams, not grams, 400 milligrams of whole food vitamin C from acerola cherries. It's got 800 milligrams of potassium. Actually, so potassium bicarbonate at 900, well, basically 375 milligrams of potassium.
Yes.
But then I put it in orange juice, so like 4 ounces of orange juice. And that really does the trick before I go for the coffee. If you want an extra pro tip, which I started doing this probably 6 months ago, is adding some creatine. The brand I have right now is MRM Nutrition. They don't have anything added. It is clean creatine. And I can link to this, or I can send you a link. But
yeah, just email
creatine
Ashley.
is amazing for building muscle and also brain health. And speaking of brain health, another thing that I add in is lion's mane mushroom. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah.
I'll get my face out of there.
Everybody loves to see your face, Ashley, including the camera.
So a scoop of lion's mane mushroom. Lion's mane is fantastic for brain health and also digestion. So throw a little of this in there and you've got yourself a super cocktail first thing in the morning, and then you can feel good about drinking your coffee and go about your day. So that's one thing that I love.
Excellent.
And OSG says it's delicious.
That is true. Let's check the comments while we're here before I get to my thing that I love. Orchard Security Guy, also a Secret Morning Drink user.
Oh yes, he's a veteran of the Secret Morning Drinks.
I see that Sunil is back. Good evening, pickleballers. Sunil, good evening to you as well. And he had a question: are most of your Arizona fall leagues sponsored by Selkirk or another manufacturer? That's a good question, Sunil. All of the players in the Arizona Pickleball League are sponsored by whichever paddle they want to play with. This documentary that we just put out, the Breaking Pickleball documentary, our friends at Selkirk were the presenting sponsor, I guess I should say the co-presenting sponsor, along with Jigsaw Health, and they helped us to promote it, and everybody that signed up to watch it was entered into a contest to win free Selkirk paddles for life. Which reminds me, I got to do that drawing today or tomorrow.
Yes.
Because because the contest ended on Sunday and today's Monday. So yeah,
People want to know who won.
people want to know who won. Maybe it's you, Sunil. Who knows?
Never know.
Okay, so Ashley, you were going to ask me.
I was going to ask you one thing you love.
Oh, thanks for asking. Mine is another tweet thread, and it was a tweet thread by Sahil Bloom. And it was a list of your life will change the moment you ... And there were a number of items in there that I thought were great. One in particular really jumped out at me. I guess it struck a chord. And that was, your life will change the moment you stop trying to impress others and start trying to impress yourself.
Ooh, that's good.
I think that you and I talk a lot about building art, doing things that make us laugh, such as this podcast.
Well, at least it makes us laugh.
And as of episode 5, I don't think we've impressed ourselves yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
But what did you say over the weekend?
I said our podcast is so bad that I'm determined to make it good.
That's right. And I will be impressed once we make it good.
Yes.
But first, you gotta put in a lot of repetitions. That's partially why this is a Monday through Friday podcast. Rather than do 50 episodes per year, we can get 50 episodes done in 10 weeks, which means we're just gonna speed race our way to excellence.
Yes.
That's the plan. In particular, the idea of stop trying to impress others and start trying to impress yourself really kind of, I don't know, it fit for me in terms of like, okay, I talked last week about I learned sort of the proper way to bench press. And right now, it's like this morning when I did a workout on tonal, it was 50 pounds per thing. So bench pressing 100 pounds is not at all impressive. But I'm starting to get it better. And when I got to like 11 and 12, I'm like, dude, that was way better than I've ever done. So I'm trying to just impress myself. And I would say the same thing is true of Breaking Pickleball. The documentary that we made, we wanted to make something that we all liked watching. And,
Because we figured if we liked it, chances are some other people might like it,
Yeah. But it's not even that. It's about like, I really like those episodes. Like the jokes are like maybe a little subtle, but those jokes just, I crack up even though I know them. So,
well, people that are content creators often say, if you're basically making your content with trying to impress someone, it doesn't work as well as if you're just being authentic and being yourself and being kind of true to who you are. The rest falls into place. But if you're just stuck on like, what are people going to think of this all the time, it really does cramp your creative style. So
I guess for us, it's like as long as we're having fun, and we are having fun, like on our morning walk where we're talking about, what did you finish your show notes? And we try not to look at each other's notes so that we have like a fun time, like
genuine reactions.
Yeah, genuine reactions. So that's pretty fun. So Ash, okay, let's hit some of the things we're digging. What are you digging?
One thing I am digging are these, once again,
This is a show and tell episode that is so...
these jovial sourdough einkorn crackers. Okay, so I don't eat a lot of crackers, but I love crackers once in a while. And this is a great choice because they are organic sourdough. They're made from einkorn, which is a ancient whole grain, much easier to digest, and an overall just healthier cracker, and they taste great too.
They really do.
And
What is
they
the
have
oil?
a low gluten index, and they're yeast free as well.
Do they use any oil in making them?
I don't think so. Organic palm fruit oil, which I'm okay with. But most crackers that you find are going to have, canola oil or sunflower oil or whatever in there, which I try to avoid. So.
Well, I am down that you are always finding good snacks for us to eat, and I know that you care a ton about the oils and all that kind of stuff. So
Ingredients matter.
yeah, heck yeah, they do. So one of the things that I am digging is yogurt.
You hate yogurt.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Your whole life.
Oh, my whole life. And my mom is in Eastern Europe right now, so she probably won't hear this next part.
Oh, she is going to watch this.
If she does, Mom, I apologize in advance. When we were growing up, I don't think my mom knew the key to yogurt. Or if she did, she hid it from me. So Ashley was like, look, if you're working out and you're trying to build muscle, you need to get more protein. One of the great ways to get it, and you find this all over Twitter, is building muscle. You just got to get more protein. And Greek yogurt is a great way to get it. So Ashley's like, you're doing it wrong. So how she, and now I make it, is like a handful and a half of blueberries, honey, because you really got to sweeten it up to take off the sour edge. And then the third piece is this really great granola that you have been getting from, I don't remember the brand. We'll have to put that in an updated show notes. But
I'm spacing on it now, but I know, you expect me just to bring it up. I got everything on the desk here.
And then it's out of focus for the people at home trying to watch.
At least I'm consistent.
But the thing that is like so surprising to me, growing up, first of all, Mom, I love you if you are watching this. You fed us, you took care of us. It was great. But yogurt was something that I never liked. And I think I just kind of never made it well. Two other things, well, actually a number of other things that I've learned over the years that I'm like, oh, I don't like pickles. Oh, I love pickles now. Mustard didn't happen at our house. I love mustard now. The whole sour, like,
The
vinegar family has been opened up to me thanks to you, and I am now a huge fan of the vinegar. Avocado, I didn't like it. I was like, oh, that's smushy. I'm not eating that. Guacamole, hello. You just got to make it better. And then finally, one last piece. Still not a fan of bananas. We had a little banana dessert at dinner the other night at the hotel restaurant that we were at. And that was this close to making me reconsider liking bananas, but
Not quite.
not all the way. So yogurt, that is what I have been digging.
Awesome. Do you have anything random? And I know the answer has got to be yes.
You know it's yes. You want to go or you want me to go?
I want you to go.
Okay, so you want me to hit this bullet point?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just ended the free preview of Breaking Pickleball. We had almost 15,000 people watch Breaking Pickleball over the last month.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a good number or a bad number. Candidly, I was like aiming for 100,000. We didn't hit that number. We got 15% of the way there. But that was kind of based on a like, I don't know, let's just aim for the sky.
Yeah.
15,000 I think is really good because the reviews that have come in, like the connection that people have made with this documentary has been so good. So you can't get access to all 6 episodes for free, but you still can get access for $20. If you go to
Lifetime access.
Yeah, lifetime access. If you go to breakingpickleball.com, you can buy access for $20, or you can actually get access for free when you buy option A or B, which gives you some cool Jigsaw swag at an unbelievably good discount. So, highly recommend that. And I think
And
that's
wish
all I
us
wanted to
luck
say.
as we are working on now
Good
with
point.
the production company that we contracted with to basically help us pitch this to tier 1 streaming platforms like Amazon and Netflix. So, you know, now it's go time to see if any of the big guys want to get in on Breaking Pickleball. And so, yeah, wish us luck.
My dream is that we get a bidding war going between Amazon, Netflix, and Apple, and they just bid each other to millions of dollars.
That would be fantastic.
That would be fantastic. Do you want to hit this one?
I think I might save that one.
You're going to save that for another time?
I might save that for tomorrow since we're already, about 20 minutes. We don't want to overwhelm you guys with this podcast.
Well, let's check in on comments. Folks, if you do have comments, type them in at any time, and if we have some time, we will address them. So, Sunil, what are your thoughts on the 6-0 paddles as well as Thrive pickleball paddles? I am familiar with both of those brands. I have never played with either of those brands. So if anybody wants to send them to us to check out, I do tend to gravitate from paddle to paddle to paddle.
Yes.
You have found that you do better with just sticking with a paddle, one single paddle.
It's better for me. Once I start changing paddles, then I can't stop changing paddles, and they're all different, so it kind of messes with my game. But, you know, I'll try anything once.
Yeah, for sure. We've got another comment from Sunil. It is, we have challengers currently out in the theater on the silver screen. When are we getting an IMAX version of pickleball? Do I need to make a pickleball chant to motivate?
An IMAX version of Breaking Pickleball, I assume, maybe? Well,
This comment is confusing, Sunil.
But let's assume he is saying that. I would love to get Breaking Pickleball on the IMAX.
We did have Breaking Pickleball at a local theater in Scottsdale. That
premiere.
was almost 4 weeks ago. Hard to believe, right? Yeah, 4 weeks ago.
It was super fun to see it on the big screen, so it'd be more fun to see it on a bigger screen, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And the OSG has a question.
Let's check in on the Orchard security guy. He asks, has the commissioner decided on a season 3 start date? I believe we are looking at the very first Tuesday in October to
That's what we
begin
talked about, yeah.
season 3 of the Arizona Pickleball League.
October 8th. Yeah.
That's it?
Oh, actually, the very
October
first is the first, yeah.
Yes, Tuesday, October 1st is, I think, what we're considering. And sounds like we will be filming Breaking Pickleball Part 2.
That's right.
Anything else you want to cover before we go?
I think that's it. I feel like this went relatively smoothly. Hopefully you guys could hear us. I think we got our sound dialed in, and
Tomorrow we may even have the good microphones.
they're really good. I mean,
Look at these.
These are high
These
tech.
are sexy.
Too bad we couldn't get them to work today. Oh well.
Well, the piece that I needed from Amazon came in like 7 minutes before we went live. So I was scrambling to try to make it work, but we were getting some popping. So I said, well, forget about it. We're going back to the DJI mics. So I think it turned out good. Ash, tomorrow, do you know who we're going to have on the podcast with us?
Besides Monk,
Well, Monk is on the podcast every day.
whether you can see him or not, he's always here. We are going to have Corey Malkin.
Who's Corey?
Corey is our director of video production.
Yeah.
Sorry. Director of video production at Jigsaw Health and The Orchard, and he is the mastermind behind making us all look good.
That's right. Every Jigsaw video that you've seen that you liked, Corey was responsible for. And all the ones that you didn't like, well, probably me.
So you don't want to miss tomorrow's. It's going to be super interesting and very fun. Corey is a blast. So
For sure.
we'll see you at 4 o'clock tomorrow.
4 p.m. on Tuesday, episode 6. And by the way, they say that 80% of podcasts never get past episode 6. So we'll see if we can beat the odds.
We'll see.
All right. Well, tune in tomorrow, folks. See ya.